So I'm going to do another little tour here because the sun is not coming out right now, and I think we can get this really nice shots and you can see all the colors and everything. Okay, let me see. Okay, so we're going to start in the front yard. And you can see the porch. The hanging baskets are really, really full. Those are in their prime for sure. So I wanted to show you, this is the grass. This is the grass that I got from that woman who I Facebook stalked. And it's a good sized clump. It doesn't look like it on here, but it's a really good sized clump. I don't know if it will get any plumes this year. Probably not. It's just getting settled in there. So I had these purple petunias in here, but they did just terrible. I pulled most of them out. I left these because they had a little bit of color on them, but I don't know if I'll try and put petunias in here again. Of course, I didn't put any like compost down here. I really just killed back the hummingbird. I just killed back the grass and then sort of planted through the cardboard. So I didn't really amend the soil all that much. I threw some like biotone in there or whatever, but I didn't really do too much for the soil, and it's very clay. I don't know if I've talked to you about that, but I have very, very clay soil here. So I'm going to come through with some like soil amendment stuff to help aerate that all these beds out, and the grass, because you can see that the grass is not really grass, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But I do get some of those like spiky, there, like fire plant things there, and I don't like that. I could come and pull them out, but I think I want to just let the grass come through. Well, actually, that spot is not going to be grass for next year. Anyways, this is also something that I got from that woman. This is a catmint nepeta. Just look at this begonia. Oh my god. So pretty. That's one of the begonias that I had for the hanging baskets that I ended up having to put in here. And the coleus are beautiful. These petunias here are like just taking over. So you can't even see the coleus. I can't decide because I only have such a short period of time left if I want to trim those or leave them or what. And then the caladiums are just so pretty in here. I think next year probably these pots I may just do foliage in these pots, so caladiums and coleus and stuff like that. Then little petunia falling in there. These guys are doing great. The begonias, love it out here. I definitely have more begonias next year too. Now these are all just little like 6-pack begonias that are in these things. And then this flower here, I got this at the garden center. I don't know what it is, but it's done really well. And then I have the white version of it in the back there. Next to the door, which is really, really pretty. And it with the white up here and then back there, it really just pulls your eye back to the door. It's kind of nice. The ferns are doing fabulous. They look gorgeous. Everything here is doing really, really well on this corner. I mean, it's jam-packed, and it's really nice looking. That begonia is really, really pretty. And then I do have like a Pegasus begonia in here, but you can't even see it. I think I'm going to dig this one up here maybe today and bring it inside and just keep it as a house plant. The rest of these, I'm pretty sure, like these flowering ones, I don't think they'll come in the house very well. But I might try with one or two of them. And then let me just get here. Okay, so this daylily, this is one of the ones that I started from Walmart. Oh, I never catch these when they're open. They're really pretty. They have this sort of like darker pink and then lighter pink when they're fully open. I managed to keep this one peony alive, so hopefully that comes back next year. The other one did not make it. This is like Walmart hostas, clearance hostas. You can see here, I had bought like tulips and daffodils and stuff like that this spring at Walmart, just already in bloom. And I planted the bulbs in here after they were done, and something has come and dug them all up. They're not eating them, they're just digging them up, so that's lovely. And this lily, I don't even know what kind of lily this is. It got eaten by some sort of bug, like right away. I don't know if it's going to open. It looks almost like it's rotting a little bit. If you can see those darker spots, so we'll see. This hosta is called Post-it. I got this at a garden center on clearance. I have a couple of iris in here. These are daylilies here that just, they came up, but they're not doing much. I'm not sure what to think about that. This is a heuchera that I got from that woman. It's a little bit floppy, but and it's getting picked at, but I'm hoping that it has plenty of time to settle its roots in and comes back next year. Casablanca, absolutely beautiful. I have to have Casablancas in my garden. They're so pretty. The deer came and ate the other two heads off of it, but they'll be back next year. And I'm going to spray for deer next year because I'm going to have so many hostas. That's just a Walmart hosta. This is the, I want to say, is it lungwort? But I got this from that woman. I'm just going to call these all Anna plants because that was her name, Anna. This is an Anna lungwort here. And then this is the phlox that I got at another yard sale. And the woman told me it was white. No, it's not. So that may end up getting moved next year just because eventually I kind of want this whole space starting right about where that phlox is and going down here to just be like cool, greens and whites, and I mean maybe a little pop of color, but the color would be soft like those tiger lilies, a soft orange or soft pink, but definitely not that bright pink. That's gonna have to go someplace else. Yeah, this is just a mix of really just hostas and the hydrangeas back there. But then this is I think it's Happy Jack clematis that I put in earlier in the year. And I mean, obviously it's first year, so it's not going to bloom for me, but it's really grown well. I didn't know how it would do here because it is, a shady area, but this spot does get some sun in the morning, so I'm hoping it's enough to get this clematis to give me a show throughout the year as it gets older. Hostas. These are the Empress Wu. They got beat up, but they're living. They seem to be strong. So this one will be, so Empress Wu, if you keep them watered and, treat them exactly how they want to be treated, these will get like 5 feet in diameter. So that technically could be like the huge like corner piece right at the sort of open of the garden here, of this really shade garden. And then all the smaller hostas afterwards, the hydrangeas. I'm going to try and get these hydrangeas into a standard. I don't know if I can do it because they're more like I don't know, maybe with this one I can do it because it is more like a paniculata or panicle. But the ones in the front are lace cap, so I've heard that it's harder to do it with like a lace cap, but easier to do it with the panicle types. So basically I want to limit up so that it has a trunk, kind of like a little tree, and then have it start, leafing out and blooming right as it gets above the porch. So I want to have the trunk up to the porch pretty much, and then have it leafing out right there, so it's neater and nicer, and it gives me some sort of fill on the porch. And then this is the astilbe that I got from Anna. So this is the Anna astilbe. See, now that's kind of like, it looks a little bit pinker on the camera here, but it actually has a slight lavender tinge to it. And so that's going to be really pretty right here. And that's a good size astilbe for, $20. So I was really happy with that. More hostas. These are all Walmart hostas. Here's another Empress Woo. So again, that's right at the corner of the house. And if I can get it to fill out right, it will be like a huge piece here. So I can have the Empress Woo, planning on putting in a bunch of other shade plants here. And then when you look up, there'll be the 2 standard hydrangeas here. I think that that's going to look really nice, someday. I think it takes like 5 years for Empress Woo to get to full height and size, to full maturity. And so this is another Empress Woo. So this is kind of right under this window here. And of course, this is where I stopped. So the rest of this will hopefully get at least, mulched in and everything like that next year. Again, don't pay attention to the fact that I haven't moved that mattress. Here's my bike. Here's the backyard. Okay. I gotta come through and weed this area. I think I'm gonna try and get some cardboard down in there soon. Okay, so green stalks, green beans. Some have done really well, some have not. So I did the Tanya's Pink Potted, which I was super excited for. And that's these right here. I'm not really fond of the taste. They actually don't get that pink. And they don't grow well in the green stalks. They're not heavy producers. And then I just have some regular green beans. They're doing okay. But these yellow ones, these ones are made for growing in the green stalk. You can see these green ones are kind of drapey. But these yellow beans are like a true bush. They grow straight up. They're prolific. You can't see right now because I've already picked through these. But they produce a lot. So if I end up putting these back in, that's what will go back in there, is the yellow ones. And you can see these Tanya Pink Potteds. They want to run. They say they're a bush bean, but they want to run. So I just don't. And they're like chlorosis, and they should be healthy. Okay, so see how beautiful the leaves are here on this yellow one? I shouldn't have to feed green beans. They're green beans, and I put good soil in here. And I do go through and do some fish emulsion, once a week, because I have the strawberries in here and stuff like that. But these should not need anything, and they are struggling. These Tanya's Pink Potteds. So it's kind of a bummer because I planted a lot of those in here thinking they were going to be really pretty, and the flowers are really pretty. But the rest of it is not exactly what I wanted. So I have more green beans though. Don't worry about that. I'm not gonna go without green beans. And then this just porch stuff. Those pansies I've had since spring. I really think I can keep pansies alive like all summer long if I put them in the right spot. So next year I'm probably going to have more pansies because I love pansies. More strawberries. Got strawberries coming. These are super yummy. Those are the Proven Winners Buried Red, Buried Treasure Red, and then I have the Proven Winners Buried Treasure Pink up in here. And they're both done really well. The berries are the same. They just have different colored flowers. So this stuff all needs to get fertilized. But it's doing well. I pulled the Russian sage out. The one that was all weird and squirrely, I ended up just tossing it. It hadn't spread roots or anything. And so these two I pulled out. I just think they need more sun. There's a geranium that Lily got from Anna. There's a big old bumblebee. These are, I've got kale starts, cabbage starts. I've got some more lettuce I got to put in. And then this is like a Chinese kale. Chinese cabbage that grows up, right? These are all ornamental kales for the front yard once it starts to get colder. This is a zinnia called Profusion. So I got this container. Well, I got like a little, 4-inch pot of these at Walmart. It was on clearance. It was like $1. And I just really liked the colors. But after seeing how it grows, I ordered some seeds in white, and I'm going to put those out front next year in the front border, and just because it'll be cheap. They're pretty. They hold up really well to any kind of weather, and they bloom, like zinnias. So potatoes are starting to lay down really hard now. Let's see. Okay, so hollyhocks and dahlias and green beans on the dog kennel. These beans have started to produce. These are the dragon tongue and purple something or other. These dragon tongue green beans are like my favorite. Next year I'm probably only going to do pole beans unless I end up doing those yellow bush beans in the green stalk again. This is the Hope is a Verb dahlia mix. So far I've only had like this sort of orangey red and a really clear yellow, but we're starting to get this plant to open here. It has a much darker stem. It's looking like it's going to be just like a true red. There's tons of buds in here all around, so I look forward to this being like really, really in bloom. And one hollyhock is actually going to put on flower this year, which is amazing. I didn't think I was going to see anything from them until next year. But of course next year I'll probably do the green beans again. I think I'll be able to do the green beans in time for them to grow up high enough to be not blocked from the sun by the hollyhocks, but this will be a full wall of hollyhocks next year, if everything goes to plan. Cosmos. So the cutting garden got beat up by a family, I'm assuming, or maybe even just one grasshopper, but can't keep Cosmos down. These babies are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I had planned on cutting them for bouquets, but now that they're in bloom, I'm like, it's so hard because they're so pretty. I'll probably do more Cosmos around the yard next year too, because I just love them. And then, so all of the zinnias that were in here are Benary's Giants. There's only a few that have survived, but they are starting to bloom. They're later because they're bigger, like you can see how big that bloom is. And they have really bright, beautiful color. I'm really just I think this one is salmon. This one is a light pink. I've got red back here. I mean, they're just so pretty. And I do have a squash in here that is putting on some, these are like some little acorns squash that are doing okay. And then these are the bright lights, I think. Cosmos, maybe not. They might be some other type of cosmos. But I had a bunch of those and they just got destroyed. But 2 of them have made it. And it looks like they're just getting ready to show off, which is very nice. Let's see, purple fountain grass in here. Yeah, you can see these really need to be fertilized here. They're starting to get to the point where they're so big that the pot is just not, it's just not enough. What was in the pot originally. So I'm just gonna come in here and clean these out probably this afternoon and give them a good feed. This right here is Calibrachoa Superbells. It's called Calibrachoa is the plant name, but they call them Superbells. And the color is orange dreamsicle. And this is one plant. That is one plant in there. And it is stunning. I will probably never not grow these. I mean, I could have put this one plant in this pot and it would have filled the whole thing. It's stunning. And I have these in 2 different pots and they both behaved the same way. So I will definitely keep growing those. There's a dogwood, there's a spirea. Still have not decided where I'm going to put them. But eventually I really want this to be planted. And so between my yard and Tom and Lynn's yard, there's a bunch of bushes. I don't know. Maybe kind of follow that and do that. But I don't know. We'll see once I just need more time to think about it. Yeah, so there's the porch. The cutting garden. And the dog kennel. And let's go ahead and start the veggies. So this nasturtium has not quit. It is beautiful. I'm in love with it. I tried eating some of the nasturtium seed pods, like pickling them. People say that they taste well pickled. I didn't like it. It has like a really floral sort of aftertaste that I didn't like. But I'm sure some people do. This is the 3rd run of sunflowers, and underneath here is watermelons. I have 2 watermelons. I don't know why I plant watermelons. I don't think I've ever even gotten one to actually ripen. And every year I'm like, oh, sugar babies, these will do well. No, this is Wisconsin. I don't know what I'm thinking. Anyways, this is a dill. This is one of the first plantings of dill. I left it for the pollinators. I cut a ton of dill. I have it frozen. I think that's going to work just fine. But this one is really big and beautiful, so I left it for the pollinators. Cucumbers just never really got to the top of the trellis. I'll probably do the green beans on these trellises next year because I know for sure that they're going to take over. And it just looks so pretty when these arches are filled. Let's see. We've got lots of cucumbers on here I need to come in and pick. But I just haven't. And I've got some of these bigger. Now, I'm pretty sure the only large variety that I planted, like beefsteak variety that I planted, was one called Blood Moon. And it's from Brad Gates, the Wild Boar Farms. it's a cross between, I can't even remember now what it's a cross between. But these are starting to show a little bit of blush. So hopefully they get, a little more. I'm just going to pull these and bring them inside once they have enough blush on them to ripen indoors, because I don't think I'm going to have enough time for those guys to get fully ripe on the vine. These are the Better Boys. I've seen better. I've seen better boys. Um, they're all right. I got a lot of blossom end rot on them though. These are ones that I got from, the greenhouse. So I don't know. I'm not super happy with those. We'll see how they taste. We'll make the decision of whether or not I think they're worth growing again. Squash, got some. This squash is a green, like summer squash, not quite a zucchini, a small one, kind of like, it's like ball shaped. It's more like egg shaped actually. And they're pretty tasty and they're pretty prolific. Oh, the Romas are starting to blush, and there's just tons of them, and they're so pretty. They're so pretty. I love them. There's that Tip Top Apricot nasturtium. I'm definitely growing those again. I love the way they look. This is a squash that is a beast. This is that same green squash. This is here, I'll show you. So that's what these look like. And they don't get much bigger than this. They're pretty tasty, and they're a nice size for, if I just want to have one, or me and Lily, because me and Lily are the only ones who really eat the summer squash. Got Queen Line zinnias in here. I've cut a few of these, but now I'm just going to let them go into this season. If I want to do some bouquets on them, I'll just come out and get them, but for the most part, I'm just going to let all these cutting flowers just start to run wild here in this last month. There are squash in here. These are both summer squash, I think. These ones are later than the other ones in the garden, but they are starting to get fruit, starting to make female flowers. So that's kind of nice. Maybe they'll produce a little longer than the other ones, or stretch out my season a little bit. These are some tomatoes in here. Again, I'm pretty sure that this is that blood moon. I think I have 3 of them, or maybe 4. I did plant some lettuce in here. You can see that something came right along and just popped them right out of the ground and has enjoyed them immensely, I'm sure. Little pests. And then I started peas a couple weeks back now. So I have peas growing back there, peas growing here, and peas growing up this trellis here. I did throw a couple things of lettuce in here as well, and I just broadcast some carrot seeds in here just to keep something growing. Carrots are good because I can pull them anytime. It's no biggie. Still getting blooms off of the gladiolus. So it looks like I have 4 colors. This sort of orange, yellow. This opens up with a yellow throat. Oh, it's so pretty. Like a really true deep red. A green. A light green with like purple veins in the throat. And then a white. It's creamy white, almost like, I would say it tends towards a green almost too, but not as green as the actual green. And it also has the purple veins in the throat, like 3 purple veins in the throat. Really, 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 really pretty. I have some more cucumber plants back here. Obviously, these have been in this really super dense bed, so they're small, but they are starting, now that things are getting pulled, they are starting to climb this trellis a bit and produce some little tiny cucumbers. So these are just, oh, look at that little thing. Not Market Moors, some sort of like just regular pickling cucumber. I can't remember now. I have lettuce in here that the little buggers have yet to find. I got more carrots in here that I had seeded earlier in the year. Dahlias. These are a dark purple. Cherry tomatoes. Ooh, these ones are really starting to ripen up. Nice. Dahlias. I've cut so many already of the... now, okay, well, here's the sad cucumbers. They're so sad. I'm pulling them probably today. I'm going to pull them and put in the cabbage and stuff like that in places where they were. I mean, just nothing. And this... okay, so this is a morning glory. It's really just, the flowers are stunningly beautiful, and some sort of Japanese Kyoto mountain or something like that. First of all, it's taken it all season to climb that high. And second of all, it only ever shows out one flower in the morning. Like maybe like one flower on each vine. And I have this vine in 4 places at the entrance to the garden on either side of the trellises. So it's up there too. Nothing. I don't even know what to say. I've never seen a morning glory that didn't try to take over the world. So, and I paid a lot for those seeds. Like, I think I paid like, that was a little bunny, scared the crap out of me. I paid, I want to say like $1 a piece for those seeds, like $10 for a 10-pack of seeds. Sad. I don't usually pay that much for seeds, but they're from Baker Creek, and I love their stuff, and it seemed so, rare and all that. So I was like, oh, I got to try it out. And yeah, I won't do that again. This this tomato is not a cherry tomato. I thought in the beginning that it was a cherry tomato, but it's actually this variety that I planted is called like a peach, and the skin on the tomato is like a little bit, just the slightest bit fuzzy, like peach fuzz. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about eating that. I picked the first one. You can see there, that one's starting to ripen, but I picked one the other day. I'm letting it ripen up just a little bit more in the window, and then I'll let you guys know how that tastes, because I don't know how I'm going to feel about like a fuzzy tomato. I mean, they're not super fuzzy, but they are fuzzy. And I think this is an early girl. Now, I have early girls. They are not early. I have not gotten a single tomato off of them yet. These are the butternuts or honey nuts. Not a single fruit anywhere in this bunch. Now, there's some leaves in here that are looking a little tired, but that's just because they're old. For the most part, it's had this beautiful green with the gray variegation and really beautiful plants. No freaking fruit. I am so bummed out about it. A couple dahlias in there. I don't know what to say about it. I'm going to maybe go online and see if anybody else ever had the issue with it. When you go online and you see, why is my squash not producing female flowers, they tell you all the stuff that you already pretty much know. Which is, are they getting, oh my God, hold on. Hold on. Look at that. A single fruit. Oh, no, hold on. Look at that son of a bitch. Maybe they're just late. But that's it. Okay, 2. All right. Hey, if I get 2, I'll be happy. I'll grow it again. No, but I do want to go in and see more about that. I don't know if those are ripened. They are small. They have about a month before we get frost, so they might make it. This is the second flush of sunflowers. I've already cut some out of this. Oh, this is what's left of the first flush of sunflowers. So these guys were all sort of smaller, and so their growth was, stunted a little bit. But now that everything else has been picked out of here, they can put on the growth that they need and bloom out, and then I'll just keep picking them. This is the second flush. Oh, there's one that's ready to grow right there. So this is this is at the stage that I cut them, just when you can start to see the color. Right there, that's when I cut them. I'll bring them inside. I let them sort of condition overnight in some cool water in the kitchen. It stays pretty cool. And then I just put them in whatever arrangements I already have going on to refresh them. These are basils in here. These are for my bouquets. So this, I think I said in the first time that I came out here that this was a Thai basil, but it's not. It's cinnamon basil. And it smells amazing and it looks beautiful in the bouquets. And then this one here this is lime. Okay, so this is a lime basil, also beautiful. It gets these super long blooms on it, and it just looks so pretty in a bouquet. And then this one is lemon, and oh, the smell of this, oh my god, it's just perfect. I think I might try and grow this in the house over winter because it smells so fresh, like fresh lemon. I mean, you wouldn't even know it was basil. It's amazing. This one here, this sunflower, this is a plum. So pretty. Even the stems of it and the veining in the leaves is pretty. It's a really dark chocolatey burgundy color. So this squash, like I said, super prolific. This squash is climbing up the tomato trellis in this bed, but it is in this bed where it's planted. So, and look at this cherry tomato. Look, let me see. Look at all the cherry tomatoes in here. I just can't get over it. I mean, between this and the squash, I could have filled just one bed. But I have some carrots tucked in here too. I kind of broadcast carrots all over the place in the spring, and then whatever takes, and I just go and pick them that way rather than having like a full row of carrots anywhere. Or a full bed. Okay, so this is a better girl or early girl here. And this has just tons of tomatoes on it. And it is starting to ripen one. So these are a decent size for getting anything to ripen at this point. The bigger ones usually take so long. Okay, and so this squash is just putting on squash after squash. I've already cut a ton of squash off of that particular plant. These white cosmos. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And these squash are starting to get some, these are lemon. So they're just little, round lemon shaped summer squash. Again, I like the smaller size because Lillian and I are the only ones who eat them. So those are starting to put on their little bits of fruit. I was kind of hoping I'd have the green and the yellow at the same time for, just prettiness, but in your food, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. This is a blood moon here. It has fallen down. I cannot keep it trained up. But, look at this one. That's my biggest tomato this year, which is pretty decent. I like it. And that one's really starting to get some blush on it. Peppers, I got some, I've gotten a few banana peppers. Nobody eats them. I won't grow them again. Every year I try growing a sweet pepper. Nobody ever eats them. I won't grow them again. These are the lemon drops here. This is kind of nice to have this tucked in like this because it's kept it relatively small for as big as these plants can get, like as tall as me and bush size, like, 4x4 friggin' plants. And I have had them get that big. So this is kind of nice. I think if growing them again, I'll probably grow them this way. Just to keep them tucked in. Tip Top Apricot, love it. There's another variety of this too that's called Tip Top Rose that I want to get my hands on, but it's sold out on Baker Creek right now. So, so that is the garden. Yeah, it is doing really, really, really well. Everything is making me super happy every time I look at it. And I spend a lot of time looking at it. So, yeah. Oh, I wanted to show. Okay, so just one more thing. So these are the Seascape strawberries. And that one has gotten a lot fuller. But this one is starting to put on more strawberries. Which they are an Everbearer, but they were pretty much done, so I figured they were like done. But apparently not. I might pull these and put them in the bed where the failed honey nut squash is. Okay. So this, I'm going to leave you with this view of the cosmos here. It's kind of looking gorgeous. I love that so much. And I love you guys. It's probably going to take me 2 days to get this video to upload because it's 43 minutes long, but it'll be worth it. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.